Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of Soaring Through Chaos. And the reason we do this is because we are in the midst of changing times. Every day there's new news about what's happening on the health front, about, we are worried about people's lives, people's jobs, means of livelihood. Some families are far away from each other, some are close to each other. Amid all this, there's a lot of negativity that's spreading, finger pointing, the government is not doing the right thing, and maybe there's an enemy out there. And that's why I'm looking for people who are community builders, who are trying to see how we can all come together, how we can grow through these challenges, how we can go to the next level of our evolution. And among them is my
Hi.
friend Yogesh Mathuria. Yogesh bhai, I can keep on telling about you, but I would rather you say your life journey,
Sure.
how you became a walker, and how through peace, how you're walking for peace. Tell us about your life, sir.
Sure. Shankar, it is indeed a pleasure to talk to you and through you. And I like the title of the talk, Soaring Through Chaos.
Thank you.
And in my life, I think chaos has only brought some brighter thing. Like we say in our life, coin has two sides. One is brighter side, one is negative side. And normally society in the situation like this is more focused on to darker side. But all throughout my life, all the challenges has brought some brighter side in my life. Now coming on to your question, I think it is my DNA, is part of my DNA to walk. To take you back almost 5 centuries back, my surname is Mathuria.
Yeah.
That came from my forefather 6 generation back, to be precise in 1548, from Gujarat, some 70 people on using bullock cart, all elderly people, went to pilgrimage to Mathura.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And only 21 turned back after 17 months of pilgrimage using bullock cart to Mathura. And all those guys who came back was garlanded and given a new surname called Mathuria.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So pilgrimage is part of my DNA. That's one
Wow.
part of the question. Second, I'm sure you must have heard about Satish Kumar. Satish Kumar and Mr. Menon were disciples of Gandhi and Vinoba. And in 1960s, precisely 62 to 64, they walked from Delhi to USA for world peace. And they wrote a book called Bine Paise Duniya Ki Paidal Safar. And they had come to promote their book in Kandivali, where I used to stay when I had my childhood in Bombay. And they had come to my home at night stay.
Wow.
So at that 9 years of age, I had no idea what is world peace and what is all about. But that book's name got printed on my heart. Bina Paise Duniya Ki Paidal Safar. And the third context, I was searching for this guy. I was not knowing his name because of 9 years, and after almost 45 years, I was trying to find. Only I know the book name, but that book was not available anywhere. Somehow or other, in some personal conversation with Nipun Bhai and Jayesh Bhai at ESI, Nipun Bhai connected with this guy, and I brought his video and shown it to my father. He says, yes, this is the guy. And in today's era, in the internet world, once you know the name of the guy, then you can reach anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the three contexts of my walk. So I met Satish Kumar in 2013 after 47 years of gap. And I asked him, sir, if I want to do on world peace something, what can I do in today's era? He said, Yogesh, same thing. Go and walk. And you have spent a lot of time in US, Europe, Japan, but not has really seen India in its own, in the villages. The real India stays in its villages. So if you want to understand what is India, and what is Indian value system and culture, you need to go and walk into villages and take the same message of love and peace and walk to villages. So that's how, after a lot of contemplation, I started my walk. And my initial first walk was from Bombay to Ahmedabad. And Jayesh Bhai, as usual, being very silent person, but a very big supporter of my work, he just called up and rarely to receive, Jayesh Bhai's call. So Jayesh Bhai, Shankar called up in morning and says, Yogesh, I understand you're going to walk from tomorrow from Bombay to Ahmedabad. I said, yes, sir. So Yogesh, can I request you? And I started worrying about what he's going to ask me. He said, Yogesh, if you're really walking and really want to commit to do on world peace, can you walk without any money in your pocket? And Shankar, I started having butterfly in my stomach. I mean, I had believed that, walking without money in those days in 60s was okay. But today life has become so much commercialized. Lots of things have changed. I also had come out of corporate world just about 3 years back. So money was so much attached to me. So I really could not say no to Jayesh Bhai, but I could not say even yes either. And I had to postpone my walk. I was grappling now what to do. I had put some excuses to Jayesh Bhai and somehow other put off this walk. And I was contemplating constantly what I should do. But Jayesh Bhai was like constantly on my back. He kept on calling every third, fourth day. And after about 2 weeks, he said, Yogesh, are you really serious about doing something in world peace? And what is really inspiration? I told him background about Satish Kumar's and all this context. And he told me, Yogesh, like him, if you are really serious, want to do something, please step out. If anything happens, I am there to support you. My phone will be on for 24 hours. In 2 hours, I'll get you support. Bombay, Ahmedabad is like our second home. That road, there is no problem.
Wow.
And I could not say no to him. And just, praying God and having trust on universal energies, I stepped out. So I remember 29th of March 2014, I left my Kandivali home. And Shankar, cutting long story short, I'm so much grateful to universe as well as to Jayesh Bhai. That in 19 days of walk, all alone, first time ever in my life,
All alone?
a backpack with, all alone, a backpack with 2 pair of clothes, no purse in the pockets, just stepped out. And in 19 days, I met some amazing people. And I tell you, that is like turning point of my life. 19th day, afternoon, I reach Harijan Seva Sangh office. And Jayesh Bhai was waiting there. I just hugged him and cried and cried and cried. It completely changed my belief about humanity. And the belief I was carrying that, those walking without money was like old timer thing, and today's time is commercial time and you cannot do, and people don't have, all those things got shattered completely. And then onwards,
we always talk about the good old days, and these are the good old days. Huh?
Absolutely. So it's all the mindset. After that walk, I have almost walked 750 days. So almost like 2 years plus. And all my walk after that has been without any money in my pocket. Completely trusting humanity and universal energy. And it's been so much gratifying, Shankar, that I have walked in 22 states of India, 5 countries, and some of the countries I don't know my even language, but still, universe is so extremely kind. Life is absolutely joy and fun.
Well,
I can keep on talking on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. I want you to
Yeah, yeah.
keep on talking for once I'm actually listening. Believe it or
Right,
not,
right.
I've become a much better listener. So a
That's
couple
good.
of things to put it in
Yeah,
context.
please.
Many people who may not have heard about Yogesh Mathuria, he didn't start
Hmm.
when he was 16 years old. He didn't start in the prime of his youth. You started walking in your 50s. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir.
Yeah, you're right.
And also after having gone through health emergencies, it wasn't like he started in absolutely firm condition. Even his doctor said, "Why are you walking?"
Hmm.
And there were concerns about that. But
Right.
walking became his dharma. Walking became his way of life. It's like the path of life. And so, Yogesh Bhai, please tell us about your life before, what you went through, the challenges you went through, the successes you had, and then how walking has changed your life. It'll be amazing.
Okay,
I've
sure.
heard that story from you, but I'm sure there are
Yeah,
many things I don't know. For example, I didn't know about you meeting Satish ji when you're 9 years old.
yeah,
So there are many more things I want to
right.
hear.
Sure, sure. Uh, I'm like Gujarati Baniya, but born and brought up in Maharashtra. Born into a very small village called Pain in Raigad, which is very famous for Ganpati making. So most of my life in Bombay, and we uh, had, I mean, I had what amazing childhood. My father was very strong believer of Gandhian values and principles. So I had not seen Gandhi myself, but I had seen his values and his way of living right through my childhood. And I believe whatever I am there today is primarily because of my childhood and the cultural values I got from my parents. I remember when we are young, you just today's days are different. In those days, barefooted, you play in the ground, come back with all dirty clothes and all, and want to eat. No sanitation of hands and no shower and all those things. So we were staying in a small chawl. But we had some principles of life inducted from very early childhood. Like every day, my mom will make first roti for cow, second roti for dog, third roti for a bird, fourth for a atithi. Anybody will come and eat, and then only we'll get our food. So these practices I have seen from like today, last almost 50 years. It is so much integral part of your life. And after all my walk, Shankar, I just go and straight away flatly bow to my parents. They have put seeds of Atithi Devo Bhava from last 50 years. And I believe today, whenever I go and walk in any country, it is all that seeds they have put, I get interest of that. So that early childhood cultural values has really, put a strong seed of connecting with humanity, believing in humanity, and larger sense like Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. In our house, like I remember again going back to older days, in entire one street between about 5,000 homes, we only had one phone. Those days, you remember that rotary phone, and we had so much strict instruction from parents that anybody call for emergency, always call them. And you can imagine entire street of 5,000 houses, only one phone. Today, 5,000 houses will have 10,000 phones. So imagine the type of magnitude those days. Similarly, we were the very early blessed people to have TV at home. In our home, we are 5 people, but there'll be 50 people from outside, neighbors, and all those days, those great old days. So many ways, connecting with humanity, connecting with society was part of our early value system. And that really paid me a big dividend, especially when I walk, connecting with anybody, connecting with unknown people. I mean, it's like very simple for me. So with that as a childhood background, Shankar, I did my graduation in Bombay University. I did BCom, and I was studying for my costing, and I had no idea what is an offing. Some other I was feeling bored. Costing Institute, we had only 2 hours morning classes and there was nothing else whole day. And I was almost like 21. I was wondering, I said, should I create some support system for parents now? Father is now getting into, enough of running around. And just a good thought. And on a notice board of our institute, I saw a management accountant post vacant. And I applied for that without talking to parents. And without knowing the interview process and all those things, I just appeared and went by the flow. And I got selected by the company. After selection and getting appointment letter in hand, I went and shared with my parents. And that's how 1st February 1979 is the time I started my corporate career as an accountant, as a trainee accountant. But Divine was extraordinarily kind for me. Just within 6 months of my job, in 79, when computer was not heard of in India so much, only people knew that IBM as a company, is a computer company, was driven out by Mr. George Fernandez from India. And I got transferred to computer department. And I remember, Shankar, I told my boss that I know computer spelling. Beyond that, I don't know anything about computer. But somehow that I don't know what part of my personality they notice. They say, we'll train you up, Yogesh, don't worry. And that was like a very big boost to my career. And then I went through so many diplomas and certificate courses. Those days, there were no degree courses. 79 and 80 those days. I learned my initial COBOL, Fortran, Pascal, C language. Those days there were no tools like today. So I had amazing trust for my learning, got satisfied by my corporate bosses. And then I think, it's such a blessing career. I'm just cutting long story short. 30 years in IT industry. Moved from a end user environment into a large corporate house, third largest corporate house of India in those days. Then got into IT consulting and then got into global thing. I was in US for many years. I was in UK. I was Japan. Traveled to 20, 25 countries across the globe and had, mind-blowing career. But again, there was something missing, Shankar. Many times you get everything what you want, but your heart says, Dil mange more. Kuch to abhi bhi kam hai. Anyway, we were with a family in US and we came back in 2004 back home saying that enough, I think let's do something back home. Bahut travel ho gaya. And we were very clear, like many times people go to US and especially when they go with family, they don't think of coming back. But we were very clear the time we left India that sooner or later we'll come back. And so 2004, I remember 29th of May 2004, I landed back home with the family with clear thing that if required, part of my job, I'll keep doing up down, but will not shift our family down there. I don't know, sometimes your body tells you a lot. Many times you don't listen. Just the time my flight landed in Bombay, I got some big pain in my heart. That something going to be wrong. What? I had no idea. But anyway, landed up and got back with family. My whole family had come to pick us up because we were coming back after 3 years with children. Shankar, 4th day of landed back, my wife was diagnosed with cancer. So real challenge started. Initially I thought maybe if it is cancer, it's okay. We'll do best of medication today and we'll come out of that. Because I believed that today's medical science has really, really progressed so well. It can take care of any disease. So initially there was no pain, but yes, as we started working on her disease with doctors and again, cutting long story short, my friend, after 7 months of rigorous treatment in India, in US, in UK, Australia, Canada, Ayurvedic, homeopathic, allopathy, Dalai Lama, Tibetan medicine, what not under the sky. I lost her. Now that gave me a big lesson of my life that you cannot buy health with money. So focus on health, which is the highest priority of life. And Shankar, believe me or not, you have not seen my size of those days. I was 101 kilo of weight. I had diabetes, I had blood pressure, I had high cholesterol. Because of this high flying corporate life, all viruses of those was in part of my life. So I said, I think first thing is priority is to focus on health and start working on that. That played so much in my mind. Once upon a time, I was like a star performer in corporate life. I start losing interest. I start losing focus on that. I continued for 2 years, but somehow heart was not there. And again, it's a big blessing, like chaos to soaring. I was sacked from corporate life at such a senior level just a day before my 50th birthday. And I had no idea what I'm going to do from tomorrow.
Wow.
Like those days, like today's days, pink slip.
It's
On
common
27th
now.
of 27th of September, I went to office as usual. And suddenly my boss calls and says, Yogesh, we would like you to go on leave from today and close the chapter.
So we are going to
So
celebrate
initially,
your birthday this month in less than
yes,
4 weeks. Wow.
yeah.
Uh,
So, I had no idea what I'm going to do now because suddenly overnight this event happened. So as usual, a lot of anger and non-acceptance and all those things. But at some point, there was some spark in the heart that this must also have some hidden agenda behind that. So let's accept the way it has come. So it took some time, but yes, I decided, let's see, let's not go back to corporate life. We had enough of that. And first thing I know, after fourth or fifth day of being at home, I went to on laptop. I went on to Google and checked who has come out of cancer without taking full-time support of allopathy. And the first name popped up, and I'm sure you are aware, Louise Hay. And straight away, I called up Hay House. There was no Hay House those days in India. It was only in US. They told me, come quickly, there is a course starting next month. And please register. And this is probably the last course Louise personally going to take. So I took a flight and came down to California and attended her course. So that's a new journey in healing space, understanding the disease, human body, and all a complete new dimension. And like a cricket buff of India, I would say that was beginning of my second innings of life. After glorious 30 years with IT industry, the seed of a new phase of life got inputted by Louise Hay in California. And then she connected me with Dr. Van Dyer. Luckily, even he had a course starting just within a week. So I stayed back and attended his course also. He in turn connected me with Dr. Masaru Emoto, the waterman of US those days, who proved that water has memory. He in turn connected me with Dr. Hugh Lan, a guy who founded Ho'oponopono healing method. So like this, Shankar Karwa banta gaya, one to another, one more. Like this, I learned in gap of 2 years, almost 17, 18 different methods of healing. And I started collecting a lot of books and videos and all those things and started going deepening in that. And I realized I am only responsible for my health. And I only can remove those symptoms from my body. So started working on that. And I decided after a year of rigorous studies in quote unquote research work around health, I said, can I experiment this on myself? And I started working on that. 2009, exactly my weight was 101 kilo. And I had not measured after that time. When I started working on 2010, I decided first is to take care of, get rid of my obesity. And without any specific target, I lost about 31 kilo in 7 months of period. And with that, my sugar started coming to normal. My cholesterol started coming to normal. Anyway, weight was coming down. So I could realize the root cause was my obesity. And as I could manage my obesity and my diet plus my day-to-day practices, I could get complete control on my diabetes, sugar level, as well as cholesterol. So that was like a very revealing to me that I can manage myself without any medicine. And then on, Shankar, if I remember is right, 2010 April is the last medicines I took. Against the doctor's will, I stopped all forms of medicines.
Wow.
That gave me some inner confidence that after 22 years of medicine, I stopped complete medicine in my day-to-day life. And I think, once again, I would say blessings of masters and parents. A lot of sequence got created in my life around that time only, which gave me confidence that what I'm trying to do, it works on me as well as it is working on somebody else. And I'll tell you two clear cases. Just the time in April 2010, when I stopped all forms of medicines for myself, my driver who was with me for 20 years, his 13-year-old boy got cancer. So we did whatever we can do, but I had no idea that what I'm trying to do, part of healing, I can try on him. My driver says, Yogesh bhai, hum ye sab to kiya, but can you do that healing for my son? And my eyes got completely surprised that this guy somehow that has seen my transformation from 100 plus to 70 kilo, plus all the conversation on the phone, in the car he picks up. And he said, yes, there is no harm in trying what Yogesh bhai is doing. And 2 months of work with the boy, he got cancer free. Almost at the same time, my mother was that time 79. She was told to do kneecap surgery. And I told Mama, can you give me 2 months? I like to work with you. And if we cannot resolve your problem, after 2 months aap surgery karao. But just give me 2 months. Hesitantly she gave me, and I bowed to her and salute her. She dedicated very strictly with whatever I recommended. I started taking her with my walk, change her diet, everything she followed. And Shankar, I was also myself completely surprised. Today she is 89, no keep, no surgery. And she 89, my father is 92. Shankar, both are even today zero medicine.
That is amazing. That is truly an amazing story.
Yes. So all those situations happen in my life gave me confidence that whatever I'm trying to do, it works on arthritis, my mother's problem. It works on cancer. It works on diabetes. And all these three cases within the family gave me confidence. And icing on cake, my sister said, you guys, now that you left IT world almost 4 years back, 5 years back, you can't go back to IT. You are too young to, be completely retired. So what you propose to do? I said, I have not thought about, I have focused on health. He says, that's what I'm trying to tell you. What you have achieved in your own case, in Vijay Bhai, my driver, son case, in mother's case, can you work out a package and offer it to people? And she inspired me, and she gave her gala into an industrial estate, said convert this into office, a healing center, and start that. So 2010, around August, is the time I formally launched a healing center and titled that as World School of Happiness. Because I realized happiness is not going to come from money. Happiness is going to come from, first is your health. If you're healthy, all your dreams you can achieve. And for being healthy, there is no one single tablet or a capsule. You have to be learning all the time. So somehow or other, in some conversation with some of these masters I have learned and met in this journey, the name came World School of Happiness. So I started World School of Happiness in 2010 and just completed 10 years last month. And in this journey, I have worked with hundreds and hundreds of diabetes, arthritis, cancer patients, and God has been very kind. I don't know how the result comes, frankly. But yes, I know very clearly the root cause is in my thoughts. And if I change my thoughts, my life change, my disease go away. And I have learned through so many experiments. As a matter of fact, in today's Corona time, people talk about Zoom call and all. But I am doing this from last almost 6 years. I have patients in US, I have patients in Japan, patient in Europe, patient in Germany. All I used to do WhatsApp call, Zoom call, all this, or even simple audio call. So I have been servicing people. It may not be like too much exaggerate, but across the world, using telecommunication as a medium to share my healing practices. So that's been second phase of my life that almost covers up from my childhood to my corporate life to the life I am today.
And
so last about 5 years.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So last about 5 years, Shankar, I walk for 6 months, and 6 months I do healing work. So this is the way life has been positioned in last 5 years. As you know, this year, last year I joined the Jai Jagat Walk. So I was to walk for almost year plus. That would have been my longest walk. But divine somehow ensure that I stop my walk at 6 months. So exactly at the end of 6 months, we had to stop our walk in Armenia and come back and enjoying days at home. And I mean, I don't know how some of these things work, Shankar. Just the time I landed back home on 17th of March, on 19th, I got my first cancer patient. I don't know how people know about that. I'm back home. On 20th, I got one more. On 21st, I got one more. 23rd, I got one more. So it is such a, I mean, gratitude feeling that how universal energy works, I don't know. And my healing work started. Otherwise, in Corona days, you can't step out of home. I mean, I had my formal healing center come ashram, which I had closed because of I was going on such a long walk. But everything got it on its own. And last 6 months at home, I'm providing healing services to people. And as it stands, we close our walk after 6 months. We intend, if everything goes fine, and I hope by that time some vaccination or some things will change, that next year we want to continue our walk, the rest of 6 months, from Armenia to Geneva. So once again, I'll walk for 6 months and come back 6 months and provide whatever service I can give it to people. And then, karwa chalta rahega. So that's the up-to-date, full 63 years life cycle in last 20 minutes.
Wow, wow. You know, Yogesh Bhai, it's such an amazing thing. We have crossed paths multiple times, starting at the Sabarmati Ashram. And I remember at that time, I took, it was 150 years of Mahatma Gandhi last year at the Samanvay retreat. And Jayesh Bhai, as always, he always likes to get people keyed up. Chabi, and he said, what 150 things can you do? And in your case, it was walking, and you definitely walked. Probably you walked more than 150 days. In my case, I said I will offer workshops. I didn't think very much about it. I said I'll do about 150 workshops this year. Ended up at, among other places, at Adarsh Ahmedabad, K.R. Shroff Foundation, Badri Sarjan, and I invited you also to a couple of those places. And you were the first person at Adarsh Ahmedabad to offer an online workshop. That was last year, about even earlier than this, around this time. And they were like, oh, online workshop, there was so much skepticism, and now the whole world has gone online. So you were at your home, you came a few times, met with people, but said, I cannot live in Ahmedabad, my home, my work is in, are you in Pune now or in Mumbai?
Yeah, I'm in Pune.
So he said, I'll be in Pune, but I'll be there, and I'll be there several hours, and it worked out really well. So I'm so grateful that essentially, one way or the other, you started healing worldwide much before that became the norm or has become the current norm right now. Very interesting.
I'm grateful to you, Shankar, that you connected with those people.
Because I got connected to Jayesh by the whole, it's a worldwide community, as you know. It's a worldwide community, and we all support each other. And I even remember calling you and saying, you're going on this multi-country walk, Jai Jagat, may I join? But I wasn't clear about my goals. So I went around the world. I actually started my journey from the, what is it called, Gandhi 3.0 camp in Gandhinagar to Delhi and to other states in India. And from there to South Korea. And by that time, everybody was in a mask in South Korea. I continued forward to San Francisco. Within 3 weeks, everybody was in a mask. So I went to Mexico and I stayed there for 3 months because travel got restricted. Corona went ahead of me at that point. And then I came back and now I'm in Baroda. But I will join you whenever you guys start walking. And I like to dance, but we can all do it together. There's such a need for
absolutely
waking up. First, waking up ourselves, waking up to good habits, good health, and then happiness is a byproduct, as you know. Happiness is literally a byproduct. So, dear, given that we are in the midst of the pandemic and there's so much anxiety all around us, how are you keeping yourself? Clearly, you're helping a lot of people. That seems to be one way of keeping yourself healthy and happy. Do you have any suggestions? First, how are you doing it yourself? along with your family. I think you also have a family reunion going on, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how are you able to not only take care of yourself but the community? And what can others do? Do you have any suggestions on that, Yogesh Bhai?
See, in my own life, I mean, part of my daily health practices, I strongly work on pranayama. And if you understand, I mean, anyway, everybody knows today this corona is to do with your respiratory system. If you have a strong respiratory system, if you do pranayama on a daily basis, I mean, one should be really completely be sure about, even if corona comes, it cannot impact your respiratory system because your pranayama brings your prana shakti such a strong. So one of my own practice and our entire family practice is to strongly focus on pranayama. And second thing, we all drink as a part of daily routine, warm water, hot water. So beyond that, we don't do anything. Yes, we take care of mask and social distancing. But other than that, hot water and pranayama. And I believe these two things. And I can see you toasting your mug. So this two is enough. I think I also understand that one can do lot many things, but a fear also adds up too much to negativity. If you do these two things, put on your mask and keep social distancing, I think you are well taken care. So one is no fear, and only two very basic things which is part of our life for many years for all of us. Today at the age of 92, my father does Surya Namaskar in morning and does pranayama. My mother, who is 89, does pranayama. I do morning. I get up every day morning at 4 o'clock. That's my routine. So 4:30, like practically you finish your other routines in morning. 4:30 to 6:30 is like private time. I do my meditation. I do pranayama practice very deeply, and the daily prayer. So that gives me inner strength. And with that being part of each of us life, we are not so much worried about. As a matter of fact, during this awkward period, only last month I brought my father from Bombay to Pune. My elder daughter came from Rishikesh here. So it's been such an amazing time that we are, after long time, we are all together.
Wow.
And I'm also, I'll complete 63 by end of this month. So I'm also senior citizen. We have two very senior citizens with us. But I mean, we are not worried about. I mean, our basic way of living life gives us the strength.
I think you're 63 going on 36. You got the numbers mixed up.
Thank you. I would have loved some young guy saying that.
I'm waiting for 3.5 years and I'll be a senior citizen too. So it's such a joy. I mean, it's not about doubting it, but it's such a joy to be able to be physically healthy, mentally calm, and have a meaningful life. I spent much of my career, about 30 years, in the electronics and biotech industry, long hours of work. I enjoyed it just like you enjoyed your career in the IT industry. But that sense of balance, which started in my case about 15 years ago, has given me more joy that I finally retired from electronics and biotechnology 4 years ago full time. I don't do any of these things full time anymore. And my whole focus is, like Yogesh, by finding joy, helping people find meaning in their life. And there are many ways, but keeping it simple is the most important thing. I so appreciate Yogesh, but you could have given 15 remedies, but that it's hard to comprehend, it's hard to practice. So just doing two things: warm water, hot water, several times a day, and rhythmic breathing or pranayama. Very simple, no complication. Do the breathing that suits you and your prakriti or your body type, and it's magical. It's magical. I've traveled
Absolutely.
through Corona times. You were traveling all the way to Armenia and didn't have any symptoms from what I can see. I traveled actually from here to Korea to USA to Mexico and back to India, and there were many potential, risks But the biggest thing that supported me was that I was very clear about my discipline. I'm definitely up by 6 o'clock, usually by 4:30. The only thing that keeps me up late these days is interviews with people from different countries. Other than that, I sleep from 10 to 4. And it really is a boon. So, in fact, I like the slogan that Jayesh Bhai and others came up, Corona se darona,
Hmm. Hmm.
Corona pyar hai.
Right. Yes.
So
Yes.
to be able to really be one, not try to drive away the virus, but to be in one's body, in one's mind, and very, very firmly inside the body here and now can make a big difference. I think Corona is scared of you, honestly.
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
Corona doesn't want, isse panga nahi lena, don't want to disturb his peace.
Yes. Yes.
So tell us about do you have any suggestions for others about how do you find this peace? I mean, it took years for you or me to find this peace and stay with it. And it's not like everything is smooth. There are challenges. You've gone through your challenges, I've gone through mine. And it's life is turbulent at times. But there's a way you bounce back and bounce forward. I've seen that every time you have had a challenge, you not just bounce back to where you are, but you bounce forward. Tell us about the secret. Are there any secrets?
See, Shankar, I think you only answered my question partly. Like being in corporate life and being in a global corporate life, you have a big list of do's always following you. So today I have no list. So make life more simpler. Like there was a talk organized by my friends last month, and they had used Hindi film name Raja Se Rank. So once upon a time, I was like, flying business class, Bombay, USA regularly, every twice a month, staying in 5 star, 7 star. All those were all frills unnecessarily. Today, do you know part of this walk? I sometimes sleep in temple, sometime in church, sometime in mosque, sometime in gurudwara, sometime in hotel also. But I mean, whatever comes your way. So if you make your life simple, if your to-do list is manageable, then there is no pressure. Otherwise, just to achieve that, you are in tension, pressures, and all, will invite into some health issues in you, then becomes difficult to manage. So one of the things I have learned again from Jayesh Bhai, part of Gandhi, Vinoba, Baba, is to make life very simple and do most of your work by your own hands. So you're not depending on people. And learning specifically from Jayesh Bhai, as you are aware, we had started a small ashram here, very next to my house, which he had called same as Hriday Kunj, like Bapu's ashram in Sabarmati. So, people used to come there. We all used to, cook together, uh, wash our utensils together, clean our house on our own, daily have prayer. So we have made our life, day-to-day life, as exactly in the ashram days used to be. Get up in morning, you do your prayers, clean your house, then do your cooking, clean your utensils. So even if staying in a normal city life, but within the city life, we have created a small island of, called Hriday Kunj, where we have lived like a ashram inmate, a very simple life and hands-on life. So our dependence is not on people. We do ourselves, our things, plus we do a community work together. So like today, sometime if a wife is cooking at home, she will know 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 recipes. But if there are 10 people cooking, then 50 into 10, 500 recipes. So you have variety of food coming together, and there is a, benefit of community work together, all work collectively. And in our place, people come from Ahmedabad, people come from Delhi, people come from abroad. All of us stay together and, and do learn from each other. So that is really, in spite of most of time staying in Pune or Bombay as a city, but within that, we have created a small oasis of a ashram and living life like ashram And I mean, I remember till I was in IT world, I was having like suit and whatnot. Like I had 5 wardrobe full of suits when I shifted to Pune. But today I need 6 pair of clothes, 6 pair of khadi clothes a year, and 6 pair cost me 7,000 rupee. That's it. So that's all my clothes. Even my single suit used to be more than 10, 12,000 bucks. So today my needs have come down primarily because we have focus on different, not your outer look and your car and your variety of things. But yes, how can you restrict a shorter menu of your needs? Of course, not that I'm living like a complete fakir. I have a car, so I'm not like. But yes, we have tried to balance as best as possible to live a life which adds value in society. You can take people together. I was so happy today early morning. I don't know. You must be aware of Yashasvi Desai.
Yes, what about Yashasvi?
Yeah, yeah. So she called up today morning. She is actually staying around 60 kilometers away from Ahmedabad, and Jayesh Bhai organized a place for her. She and her husband staying there,
Punadra.
and
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And they have built up a small community home there. They are doing farming on their own. And she had told me, so I had sent some 50, 60 Gujarati books to them, so she can teach those village young girls and youth. So she was telling me, Yogesh bhai, most of things I have learned from your ashram in Pune, where you used to stay
Wow.
in the community. And we used to have a practice like every Friday, a group reading session, every Saturday, a video session. So all some of those practices we used to do here, she is trying to replicate there. So it's so gratifying that small a spark is carrying on into youth somewhere else, and that delights.
Wow, wow. In fact, I'm going to be talking to Pankaj Bhai from Punadra, who is also a part
Right,
of that community tomorrow.
right, right.
And it's so gratifying to hear that that project is taken off, Hriday Kunj like
Yes.
project in
Hmm.
a small village in Punadra. Because even
Right.
during pandemic times, I just got invited by Bhupat Bhai and Devendra Bhai to come and dance in the villages because
Hmm.
it's so much easier to practice social distancing on a farm or in the forest. And
Hmm.
hugging trees is perfectly fine. We don't have to worry about
Absolutely.
hugging trees and being with animals. So we are actually going to restart doing leadership workshops and dance workshops in villages, starting with Leelapur and Punadra. So I guess I'll be meeting your friends over there. Yes, Asvi and
Sure,
her husband
sure.
and others. Such a
Yashasvi
small
and
world.
Akshay. Yeah. So as
Such
a
a
matter of
small
fact,
world.
both were staying in my ashram, Shankar,
Wow. And
and
I think
somehow
she
that
was
they
in
felt like,
Baroda before, right? And I live in
right,
Baroda
yes,
near the Vinoba Ashram. So it's such a
right,
small
yes,
world.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So I'm so full of gratitude. Do you have anything else to say? It's so wonderful to hear you, Yogesh Bhai.
No, it's my pleasure. I mean, I'm sure. Initially, I was always hesitant to share and give interviews like this. But Jayesh Bhai told me, Yogesh, it is not to praise yourself.
It's
But
not.
if
Yeah.
your talk can inspire some youth, you're putting
Yeah.
a small spark in somebody's life.
Yeah.
And he gave me example of Satish Bhai came in my home when I was just 9 years of age. So that
Yes.
spark took so many years to become like a full fire. But that seed was put in your life when you were 9. So
That's
please
it.
don't hesitate. Share your real life story and talk as closer to reality, and that may inspire somebody.
And Yogesh
So,
Bhai, you had asked that question too. You had asked the question, why me? Why do you want to interview me?
hmm,
And I said, it has nothing to do with the external resume. I'm not looking for brand name people who have made billions of dollars. Yes, I have friends who actually fall in that category in San Francisco, but that is not my focus. If there's a flourishing of the heart, if there's a desire to support community, that's what I'm looking for. And there are many who are doing that around the world. And you could be among them in your own small way, in your village, in your town, maybe on online. That's what I'm looking for. Stories of people sharing, supporting each other during these challenging times and at any time. Not just soaring through chaos, but also soaring through life. In fact, even I did not come up with the name. I was thinking of surfing through chaos, and my wife said, surfing means you're going on the surface. Go deep, and then come out like dolphins, and then go deep again, and then come out. There's no guarantee that we'll be up in the air all the time. It is life is a wave, and we have to swim through all the different challenges.
Right.
So Yogesh bhai, such a joy to listen to you, to hear your story. And usually I'm the talker. So the gift I received from this practice of sharing stories is listening. And I'm able
It's
to
indeed
listen
my
now
pleasure
much
too,
more.
Shankar. I'm like grateful to you that through you I connected to Adarsh Ahmedabad. Even some of those girls are in touch with even today. I mean, they
Wonderful.
do that work. So again, like, we are putting sparks wherever we go, and
Yes.
collectively we can do more. And this is also one more example that you interviewing me today, putting in social media,
Sharing.
will impact some youth somewhere. And if
And
that works, I think
And as
that
Yogesh Bhai
that's the
said, we don't claim that we invented anything. We learned. He has many teachers, Louis Hay, Vinoba Bhave, Mahatma Gandhi, Satish Bhai, so many, hundreds and hundreds of teachers. In my case, it's Vipassana or my teachers who taught me dance. We all learn with each other, and sharing is the way of life. So,
right. And I don't know, just a small thing before we close today. If you want, I can take you right now, or maybe you can look at my Facebook profile picture.
let's do that. Let's do that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, very a small picture, and which I call as. So these are the people where Jayesh Bhai is
Wow.
also there, Gandhi also is there, Vinoba is there, Louis Hay is there. So all those people really contributed a big change in my life. And this is the small way as my gratitude to them. This picture is there as my profile in Facebook, and it's in my room. So I always remember that these are the people who's contributed in where I am today or whatever I am today.
I see my
So
classmate
this,
Kiran Gulrajani in that. Amazing,
yeah, yes,
amazing.
yes, yes. So once again, my friend Shankar, thank you very much. It's indeed a pleasure. And you can put up in the, towards end, you can put my mail ID and my phone number.
Yes,
Anybody wants to talk to me, connect me. And if I could be of any help to anybody, I'll be just grateful.
yes, yes. I will
So
definitely
let's,
share your contact information. And
yeah,
I'm so grateful that each one of us has designers in our life, and to even have that
right.
gratitude, the
Hmm,
simplicity, and to say, it's not just me, it's we together are there to support
hmm.
each other. Such a joy to talk to you,
So
Yogesh
let's
Bhai.
close on, as Jayesh Bhai says, love Jagat.
Jai Jagat.
Jai Jagat. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.